what it's like, I'm self-conscious, and that's taking away from remembering what that was like, because it really wasn't, I wasn't in it. Like I was looking at the circle, but I wasn't self-conscious the way I am right now, so it's kind of
Yeah. All right. See, it's beautiful, it's glowing. It's light, it's bright at the edge. It has a radiance, and it's shining, and it's golden. You find it, that you're able to concentrate easily into it and be absorbed into it. It's very exciting. There's no self-consciousness about it. It's very much like looking at the stars in the heavens. Is that correct? It's very much looking like the stars, which I take to be, from what you've just said, a very high aesthetic experience.
right. And I also thought of another experience that it's like having an insight when we're reading.
It's like having
an insight.
a everyday insight,
No,
minor insight.
No, insight with mind, working with a dialogue.
Right, having an insight of some
Right, with some thought behind it.
some thought behind it. Ah. If you don't mind, what's it like having to admit this much about it?
Oh, man. Harder than I thought.
Yeah. Now, what do you want to add so that we know a little bit more about this dream?
What do I want to
Now, I'm staying with the words. I'm working on one word, and I'm pushing the implications of one word. All right. Okay. Say, there's no self-consciousness. It's like having an insight. Say, is this word absorbing an interesting word for you?
Yeah.
Does that admit of degrees?
Yes, it does.
Well, how absorbed were you in this thing?
Completely.
What?
With the exception of the fact that I was aware of us in the dream, that there were two of us watching the circles, I would say it was ranks up there about maybe a B or B plus.
Okay. Now you have a struggle. Now I'm focusing on the struggle in the dream. The struggle is at C. Do you see why it's at why it is at C? Because she's trying to find the point from which she could see the whole of this.
Right.
Go ahead. What's that like? States
It's
of
actually
mind.
a little deflating. It's taking my mind off the glowingness of the circle, and now I'm concentrating on something else.
Deflating, concentrating on something else.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But in the dream, I'm looking forward to being able to do it, or thinking, that it's something that's possible. So,
Yes. Yeah, sure. And so you ask, can I see it from any point?
That's the goal.
That's the goal. Here's the goal.
I think that's your instruction to try to do that.
And that's the instruction that you're given. All right? That's the goal. This, therefore, is the instruction. Do it. That's the goal. To be able to see it from any point. You have two interesting statements that follow that. If I can sit, go ahead.
If I can sit and take in the whole circle as if it were in peripheral vision.
And take in the whole circle as if it were peripheral. What does that mean? If it were peripheral vision, what would that mean?
What does that mean? I know, I'm trying to picture what that would be doing.
Well, just tell me what you mean by peripheral
See, it would
vision.
be twirling by itself, which was one of the things that was giving me a problem, was that I was no longer twirling in circles.
Mm-hmm.
That's giving me a problem now, because when I visualize it, I'm not twirling the circles. This part, when I visualize this part, it's twirling, but I'm trying to see it all as if it were one part.
See, it is doing it. You aren't doing it. Is that right?
Yeah.
It's, right?
Yeah.
All right. And tell me about peripheral vision, that's all. If you could see something, if I could say, do you know that person has exceptional peripheral vision, what would you say about them?
What did I say about them? They have eyes in the back of their head, that kind of thing. Like, that's this task in the dream. It seemed like I would have to have eyes in the back of my head to be able to do this. Like,
And if you
it was going to
did,
be twirling over here, and I just like reach over with my eyes to try to see it.
and if someone did have the peripheral vision, that would mean then,
Boy, here we go.
come on,
They'd be seeing above their body.
they would be seeing it
Out of their body.
and all the time.
Right.
Right? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh boy.
Oh boy means what to this? I mean,
Well, okay.
okay. Shift. The dream can't go any further with the images within the dream. In order to complete the dream, it changes and adds images, and therefore it's a change in the act.
Okay.
The images within the scenes in Act 1 can't go any further. Therefore, to carry whatever is going on, new act, new scenes. Okay, go ahead. Here we are. Betty comes in, gives you a message.
Leans in. See, we're talking, and she leans in and says some guy called her, but she's come in a couple of times during the talk, leaned in and not said anything. And now she leans in and says that some guy called. And in the dream, the state of mind for that, it's irritating. It's an interruption.
Go ahead.
And when she says that Sam is called too, it feels some pain, like it jars me physically, jars me, which is a common state of mind in my dream.
Okay, that's
When
enough.
I wake up with that.
Yeah, okay, look here. You have gone for this talk, the two of you, right? Right. Who's the other party?
P, I think still.
Okay, same person. All right, look here. Then there's an interruption. It causes you an irritation, but you get the message. Was it, in terms of the dream alone, was it important to get that message?
No.
It was not important to get that information.
No.
Right? Therefore, it was, strictly speaking, an interruption
It was an interruption.
in this talk that you were having. And
Well,
what
they
you were
wiped
doing.
it out.
And?
Wiped it out.
Fine. All right. But you did get the information and you're sorry that you missed him. What does that mean in terms of the dream?
Well, maybe the talk is the distraction. I didn't know. I don't know. I don't have any thoughts about this in the dream. So.
Stay
Yeah,
with me.
I
See,
have to be in the dream. In the dream, I'm just
that may be true. Stay with the dream. See, what does she say?
Some guy called.
Right? Some guy called. And?
That was one message, and that one didn't bother me at all.
Right.
But the second one that Sam had also called.
Yes.
Jarred.
So, and it made sense that she would receive the call, she's telling you?
No, I didn't even make sense of it.
Okay, that doesn't make any difference then, all right? So then the connection is between this person, whoever Betty is, and the fact that she would lean over, interrupt the talk, and give you that message.
Right.
All right? So that's something